Allan Aguirre with your Incorruptible 2-minute warning. Wednesday, we are in Colossians 1, 15 through 20. New series we started this week. What are we calling it? We are calling it Apostle to the Pagan Gentiles, because Paul is the apostle to the pagan Gentiles. When you were a Gentile back then, you weren't just non-Jewish, you were actually a pagan. So we're going to look into, we're going to read some really awesome things about who Messiah is, who Jesus is. And you know, the fact that people would take these next few verses, I think there's a total of 5 of them, and just try to pack it into a quaint, nice little, I don't know. I don't know how you can do that, because there's some otherworldly. Anyway, let's try this. It's called the preeminence of Christ in the English Standard Version, verses 15 through 20. He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of all creation. For by him all things were created, in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities. All things were created through him and for him. And he is before all things, and in him all things hold together. You should be getting the sense that there's a lot going on out there that we literally have very little knowledge or understanding about. And he is the head of the body, the church. Oh, okay, now it's brought down to a physical earth realm dimension. He is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in everything he might be preeminent. For in him all the fullness of God was pleased to dwell. Did you get that? In him, in Messiah, in Jesus of Nazareth, all the fullness of God, the King of the universe, was pleased to dwell. It's like whoosh. And through him to reconcile to himself all things, whether on earth or in heaven, making peace, shalom, by the blood of his cross. You know what? I want to read that in the Complete Jewish Bible, just because. No reason, but just because. And I'm probably gonna have to turn off the buzzard. I am, because I got 10 seconds left. All right, here's what it says in the Complete Jewish Bible. We're in Colossians 1, 15 through 20. He is the visible image of the invisible God. He is supreme over all creation, because in connection with him were created all things, in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones, lordships, rulers, or authorities. They have all been created through him and for him. He existed before all things, and he holds everything together. Also, he is head of the body, the Messianic community. He is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, so that he might hold first place in everything. For it pleased God to have his full being live in his Son, and through his Son to reconcile to himself all things, whether on earth or in heaven, making peace through him, through having his Son shed his blood by being executed on a stake. I mean, either translation, you know, if you read this in the English Standard Version, if you read this, whatever, these 5 verses should be like it should be something maybe that we read weekly or daily or something, just to settle our minds and direct us and point us, and to align ourselves mentally, psychologically, spiritually with who it is we claim to serve.
The views and opinions expressed during our broadcasts are solely those of the broadcast producers, hosts, and/or guests, etc., and are not necessarily the views or opinions of the Travelog Network, its sponsors, or affiliates.